With Mad Max Fury Road hitting theaters this weekend, we review my personal favorite of the franchise, Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior. What's going on, beautiful people, and welcome to Axial Skeleton. So it's Throwback Thursday movie review once again, and I'm excited because tonight we're gonna go see Mad Max Fury Road. But before we talk about Fury Road, let's talk about the follow-up to the original Mad Max film. The Road Warrior was released back in 1981 and stars Mel Gibson. After the success of Mad Max 1, the film became super popular in Australia, and director George Miller made a name for himself overnight. After they made a decision to make a sequel, they went straight to work. Even George Miller said in the Blu-ray commentary that they were making the movie as they were shooting along. Mel Gibson reprises his role as Mad Max, and he is super confident this time, and he only has 16 lines in the movie, which is nuts. Max and his new buddy, the Gairu captain, they meet these villagers, these helpless villagers who are being harassed by the Humongous. The guy is humongous. He's huge. He's like a freaking mountain. I guess the actor was like a real life bodybuilder, something like that. The Humongous is this violent motorcycle gang leader that rapes any remaining dwellers out there. After a few minutes of what it seems like the only piece of dialogue we get in this entire movie, Max is left with a decision of whether or not he's going to be helping these helpless villagers to fight off Humongous and his motorcycle gang. Ultimately, he sides with them and he goes up against Humongous, and it just turns into the most craziest, insane action movie you'll ever see. That's pretty much it, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. This movie is an action movie fan's dream. This is the ultimate action movie to watch. It's got very, very little story and a crap load of amazing car chases and explosions and stunts. And we're talking about 1981. This is during a time where there was not that much CGI. Everything was practical. All the effects were practical. All the stunts were real. It was so real. In fact, there was a real stunt in the movie where a stuntman broke his leg, but he caught like 50 or 60 feet of air, and it was caught on film, and ultimately it was actually used in the final cut, which is pretty crazy. I'm gonna give Mad Max The Road Warrior 4 out of 5 skulls. George Miller's directing style is super skillful. This is early work. We're talking about the guy who directed Happy Feet and Babe later on in his career, but he started off with the Mad Max franchise. This is his baby. His directing style is amazing. The cinematography is epic, even though some of the clips, as you can see, are super sped up in post. That's because some of the cars apparently were not reaching the speeds that George Miller wanted, so I guess in post they sped up the clips. It looks a little silly, but that's what makes this movie very good, is the effects. Everything is practical. What you see on screen is real, like I mentioned about the stuntman, like I mentioned the lack of CGI, and all the special effects, practical effects, everything is right there in your face. It's real. Like I said, action movie fans' dream. This was actually a very solid sequel. Like, I've been saying this for years, but I compare Mad Max 2 with a list of great sequels like Empire Strikes Back and The Godfather 2. Breathtaking, an astonishing action masterpiece. I totally agree. The movie has a weak story, but it's made up with the action. The car chases are just unbelievable, and the humor, there's actually humor in this movie. It's not just all dark and gritty. There's actually some humor in this movie, and the humor we see between the Captain Gairu and Mad Max, the interaction, the relationship that those two have, it's actually comedy gold. In fact, the Mad Max franchise has been spoofed, it's been nodded, and it's received very homage because it's just very iconic. I mean, look at other movies. There's been a whole bunch of other post-apocalyptic movies like Waterworld, where it's just like, hey, you know, I feel like they were heavily influenced by the Mad Max movies, especially The Road Warrior. That's why I'm thinking Road Warrior is my favorite one of the entire franchise, and I am super pumped for Fury Road. I cannot wait to see Fury Road tonight. So that's my review on Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior. I want to know what you guys think of Mad Max 2. Is it your favorite one? Is Thunderdome your favorite one? Is the first one? And also, are you going to see the new one this weekend? I sure as hell am. I cannot wait. Be on the lookout for my review on that. I'll probably post it up later on this weekend after my excitement wears down a little bit. I'll see you guys later, and thanks for watching this video. Until then, stay focused, stay sharp, and Axial On.